Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Eric Teacher. In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about preposition of transport using in, on, and by. Oftentimes, a lot of people get confused with these three prepositions in, on, and by. And I must admit, preposition of transport can be very, very tricky. Really, can be very, very tricky. But never mind. In today's lesson, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to teach you how you going to use these three prepositions without having a mix up. First, let's look at the means of transportation. Means of transportation. The means of transportation. When we're talking about the means, what are we trying to talk about? The means of transportation means the types. You can say type of transportation. It means types or names of transportation. So that is what the means of transportation means. Now, what are the means of transportation? The means of transportation is one, we have a car or taxi. We also have bus, train, plane, ship. We have bike or motorbike. Let me use the word. We have motorcycle, bicycle as well. Then, how do we use in, on, by for this transportation? For this means of transportations, rather. So, what I'm going to tell you is this. You find that a lot of people using the word, hey, for example, I want to call, I'm asking, a friend of mine is coming to the house and I happen to call him. I'm like, hey, Mr. Ivan, where are you? And you find that there's some people using the word, I'm in the bus, I'm in the train, I'm in the taxi. Now, let me ask, which of these is correct? Is it in the taxi or in the bus, in the train, in the plane, in the ship? Like I did say, I'm going to teach you how to use this preposition without having issues. Now, the correct prepositions to use when it has to do with car is in. In the taxi or car. Now, let me explain this. Why are we using in the taxi or in the car? Is because, let me explain this to you. You know, when you're going into the taxi, for example, you're going to your friend's place and you need to use a taxi. When the taxi comes to your house or comes to the bus stations or the point you ask the taxi driver to meet you, you find that you need to open the taxi or rather the car. Then the moment you open it, there is no space for you to walk around. You just open and you take a seat. So it's like this pen is in my pocket. So the pen is in my pocket. So there is no space or there is no accessibility for the pen to move around. So that is why we're using the pen is in, it's like it's locked, it is caged, is in my pocket. Also, you are in the taxi, you are locked in the taxi, it's closed, so you can't move. All you need to do is you just sit down until you get to your destination before you can alight from the taxi. So we use in when it comes to taxi. Why? Because there is no freedom for you to move around. Now, bus. Do we use in the bus or on the bus? The right preposition for us is on the bus. On the bus. On the train. On the ship. On the plane, and on the jeep. But on the bike or on the bicycle, there are exceptions, like on the bike, on the motorbike. Why? It's because why do we use on the bus, on the train, and on the plane? Let me explain this to us. For example, I'm traveling to the US and I'm going to travel by plane. Don't forget, I said the means of transportation. I'm going to travel by plane. So for me to take a seat, I need to walk. Like I'm taking a movement. I need to walk to my seat. Maybe my seat is D14. So I need to take a walk to D14 so I can have my seat and sit down. So that is why we're using on the plane or on the bus. For example, you are going to your friend's place and you need to use the bus. So you say, I am on the bus, on the train, on the plane, on the jeep, and on the bike. Why? Because these means of transportations are really big. So it's not taking just 1 or 4 persons, it's taking more than. And for you to take your seat, you need to walk. So while walking, you're walking on the basement of the bus or the train, the plane, or the jeep. The last part of the preposition is by. By. How do we use by? We use by to talk about the means of transportation that brought you to my house. For example, maybe my friend Ivan is coming to my house, or he came to my house, and how did you come to the house, or how did you come to my house? And he's going to tell, what he's going to say is like, hey, Eric, I came by taxi, or I came by bus. Now, but there are exceptions. Why am I saying exceptions? If the taxi belongs to Ivan, he's going to say, I came in my taxi. I came in my taxi. But if the taxi doesn't belong or does not belong to Mr. Ivan, what he needs to say is, I came by bus. So the difference between in and by is ownership. Mr. Ivan owns the car. He uses, I came in my car. But if it doesn't belong to him, he's going to say, I came by bus. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'm very happy to be with you again, and I look forward to see you very soon. Thank you very much, and do have a lovely evening. Goodbye.